that is FAMU. You are coming back from Israel, an economic development mission. You're getting briefed on what's been going on there. How did you come to the decision to intervene in that case?
Well, I followed it, I just, I think, said, what's the best interest of FAMU long term? The best interest for FAMU long term is that there be an unfettered investigation where everybody knows. I mean, think about it. This is a state institution. The citizens have a right to know what's been going on. We have a student murdered. We have a student beaten. We have a person sexually molested. We have financial irregularities, it appears. So I think the public deserves a independent investigation, and I still think it's in the best interest of the university.
Do you view that as a learning experience? I mean, or do you feel like it was that you were not surprised by the reaction?
I mean, look, I made the decision with what I believe in the best interest of the university, and I still believe that. I still believe that the president ought to step aside during the investigation. The board made a different decision, but the public wants an independent investigation.
Well, why did you decide to go out and address those students that Thursday night that were at the governor's mansion?
I like talking to people. I want to hear what people think and what their concerns are. And so I think it's the right thing to do.
That someone mentioned to me that a lot of people would have found an opportunity to be in another state or another city when something like that is public protest is going on outside the mansion. But you went out with a bullhorn. That was sort of,
I didn't have it. They had the bullhorn.
Oh, they had the bullhorn.
They couldn't hear me, and so they had two bullhorns.
Mm-hmm. Do you?
I think they were to make sure I heard them.
Okay. Was that a unique experience? I mean, you have a crowd of folks that are not pleased with you. I mean, it's not much different than a campaign rally, right, where everyone's cheering for you.
Yeah. I mean, I've done town halls and stuff like that before. I've done it with employees and things like that. So I've done that, but yeah, I've never done one like that. That was But I mean, they were. It was a good experience. I listened to what their concerns were, and I told them why I made the decision I did. They asked me if I would meet with President Ammons. I did. So, and I talked to him that day also.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Switching gears, broader brush. So into your first year, you're in a position with your second budget coming out that is a little different than the first budget that you proposed. The first budget you proposed a big education spending cut, and this year you're proposing an education spending boost. Can you just walk me through the thinking of how you got from point A to point B?
Sure. The big differences are, one, we have you learn more about the budget the longer you do this. I was walking in with almost a $4 billion budget deficit in the first session. So what I tried to do is in the first budget is to go through and look at every agency to figure out where we can save money. And this one, I've listened to the citizens of the state, and they want money spent in two ways. They want education and they want jobs. So that's what I did. Because I represent the citizens of the state. This is their money, and it's nobody else owns this money. It's theirs. They know there's a trade-off. I mean, you have to make choices. I think everybody has to do with their personal budget. And the trade-off is that the positive is that there's efficiencies that we can find in other agencies. There's money savings in the prison system because we have fewer inmates than we thought because we're at a 40-year low crime rate. And there's money to be saved in Medicaid. Medicaid cannot continue to grow like it's grown. It's 6 times the growth rate of general revenue. So I think it's good for the citizens. It's what the citizens of the state want.
When you say that, are you saying that citizens of the state were not pleased with the budget that you initially proposed? That there was a negative reaction to that you became aware of, or?
I mean, I know. I have traveled the state, and I've talked to parents, I've talked to teachers, I've talked to business people. I did during the campaign, but I've done it this year, and I know that at this time, what they care about is those two things.